Alright, it's time for the solutions for the determinants and area assignments. So what I told you guys is the front side, all the triangle stuff uh, is what's on this assignment, and then we'll deal with the parallelogram stuff in a later video. To start out on this one, if you want to get the area of a triangle, you just have the vertices, like you just have the coordinates of the corners. You can make a matrix using those, and you just use each of your coordinates as the beginning of a row. So that's negative 7, 8, 13, 14, and then negative 9, 10, and then add a column of 1s on the end, and now we have this 3 by 3 matrix. Your job is to then get the determinant of that. This is where you use a calculator. So use DET in the matrix span. You get the determinant of that, and that's going to give you a number. In this case, it is 52. And in our little formula here, there's a little 1/2 out front. And it's got these vertical lines around it too. Those vertical lines around the determinant say that you need to make it positive. Well, luckily this one's already positive, so we don't have to worry about that. But the 1/2 out front means we need to get 1/2 of the determinant. So we have to really just take 52 and get 1/2 of that, which is going to be 26. And that is the area of the triangle that has these coordinates as the vertices. And so that's what you're going to do on all of these ones. You're just going to take these, write them out as your beginning of the rows on your matrix, and then add yourself a little column of 1s on the right side, and then you get the determinant of that. Alright, and if you get the determinant of that matrix, you're going to get negative 237, and you need to get the absolute value of that, which makes it positive, and then you get 1/2 of that number. Well, 237 cut in half on 237 divided by 2 is going to give you 118.5, which is fine. You can have half, and that's not too crazy of a decimal. Just leave it as 0.5, and we get this lovely number here. And you're just going to continue this process with a lot of punching stuff in your calculator. If you haven't, you can search the internet for a calculator. Really, if you just type in determinant calculator, you can find things on the internet that'll get it for you. And so I'm going to actually first get all these matrices set up, and then I'll be punching these into a determinant calculator, and kind of showing you what I got here. We have to do 1/2 of whatever the absolute value of that sucker is, and we'll get our end results, and we'll have 18, negative 18, 4, 18, and negative 17, 13, and then a column of 1s, and we get this guy. I had to do 1/2 of the absolute value of whatever it is, and it'll give us our final answer. And so that's what you're going to be doing in all of these, typing in the matrix to get the determinant, and then you half that and you get the area of the triangle. Alright, so yeah, I've plugged some of these matrices in, and I got the determinants. I put them inside these absolute value symbol bars. So now we got 64, absolute value, that's going to be positive, and we have to get 1/2 of that. Half of 64 is 32. And then we got 826. We need to take that and 1/2 it. That's going to give you 413. Here's some solid numbers here. On the next column, negative 256, make it positive because of the absolute value. Get 1/2 of that, you're going to get 128. On this one, you have negative 11, you make it positive, so it's positive 11 divided by 2. It's going to give you 6.5. On 6, strangely enough, we get a determinant of 0. The absolute value, that's 0. And then half of that is 0. So it's all a bunch of 0 stuff. And then this one we have 139 negative, but we had to make it positive, and then had to take that and divide by 2, or cut it in half, which is going to give you 69.5. So that's the first section. In the next section, it gives you a picture of a triangle, and then you have to get the determinant. Well, we're going to do the exact same thing, except now we have 3 vertices labeled, shown graphically. We just had to get those coordinates, and it actually comes out really quickly. So 7, 2, and then the next one's 8, -7, and the one over here we have -8, -9. And so now those are our 3 points, and actually it doesn't matter what order you put them in your matrix, but you can have all 3, so I'm going to have 7, 2, 8, -7, and then -8, -9, and then my column of 1s. I need to get the determinant of that, and get the absolute value of it, cut it in half. It's going to equal some number there. And so that's the process you're going to go through on the rest of these. I'll get that written up, really, because as much fun as to watch me get the coordinates, I don't think you really want to waste your time out on this video, so we're going to pause it. Alright, there we go. So I made the matrix for each of these triangles, and I plugged each of them in to get the determinant, and they're shown here inside the absolute value symbols. I need to get 1/2 of that number, but positive, because that's what the absolute value does. So a positive 128 divided by 2, or times by 1/2, gives me 64. On 10, we have 13 times by 1/2 is going to be 6.5. Oh, sorry, here. There's a matrix, determinant comes out to be 13. On 11, here's my matrix up here using the coordinates from the points. We get -248 for the determinant, make it positive, so positive 248, and divide by 2, which is going to give me 124, positive. And then on 12, I have this matrix here made from these coordinates for the vertices. The determinant is -35. You times it by 1/2, or you cut it in half, and that's going to give you, it's looking like 17.5. And that's the whole first side.